Hello, everyone. It is time for the strip show. It is I, the Stefan, joined by
The Brandon.
the brand. he's got the brand. He is the brand of this podcast. And now we're doing video, so enjoy with your googly eyes. All right. Well, anyways, some things to discuss, and we're gonna jump right into Injustice 2 discussion. So for Injustice 2. We had ourselves a little trailer come out today, huh?
Kind of, well, I don't want to say out of nowhere because of the leak, but way earlier than I was expecting. Wasn't anticipating anything to show up today.
Yeah, I mean, but they've kind of always done this. I agree with you that I wasn't expecting it either. I figured we'd just get something at E3, but wasn't... I know MK9 for sure was released like a week before E3, and then I don't remember... I think Injustice 1 was the same, or maybe it was before Evo or something. I can't remember, but I remember it being released around E3 as well, and then MKX I think was released like a week before E3 or maybe at E3. I don't remember. I know they're always either right before or right at E3. So
I think officially, yes. I mean, the big poster with Wonder Woman and Harley Quinn and Batman and Superman all walking out of like an orange like smoke screen. That was officially revealed, but all the tournament guys knew about a DC fighting game a couple of weeks before E3. Just no one knew whether to believe it or not.
right.
So it came in, small little doses here. I never thought we'd get the full trailer, and I should have known better, but I didn't think it would be another CGI trailer like MKX. I probably should have thought it would be, but yeah, it's not a bad thing. Like, the trailer looks good overall. Little things worth talking about for sure, but...
Alright, well, let's watch the damn trailer. Here, I need
Let's
to
do it.
screen share it with you. 1 second.
Sweet.
How do I screen share again on this weird thing? Screen share. Screen share. Conversation. Tools. Call. Video. Share screens. Here it is. Start. Can you seize it?
Yeah, everything. I can see a lot of stuff. Wow, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah. Alright. Let's get it going. I'm going to turn it down a little bit here, folks. Alright. I'll watch it and then we'll break it down a little bit.
I know it's a CGI trailer, so it's almost not even worth mentioning, but it does look really good. The textures are fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
The lighting is regrettable. I don't know why they had to fight in the fucking sewer, but whatever.
It's always dark.
Colors look good despite the darkness, though.
Yes. It's got some vibrant colors, which is good. They're not all completely
It makes you stronger.
washed out.
People are comparing this video to the Smash Brothers commercial back in the, 15 years ago, and I see, how everyone's just randomly fighting with no discernible reason.
Talking about the one where they're like dancing through the fields.
Yeah,
Me
we're
and
so
you,
happy together
and
playing.
you and me.
That's a great commercial. It's
It was.
fantastic.
Her in the night,
So I just want to say off the bat, who is this
watching.
narrating this? Is this Bryan Cranston?
I mean, it very well could be. When you mentioned the pit, I couldn't help but to think of Lazarus Pit. So my first thought went to Ra's al Ghul, but it doesn't sound like Ra's to me, or any version of Ra's I'm familiar with.
Well, I think he's narrating from the mind of...
Enter the pit.
It sounds like he's narrating from one of the characters. I thought Batman,
Possibly Batman.
if they didn't get Kevin Conroy this time.
On the other
I'd be
side.
surprised if they didn't, because I feel like that whole Kevin Conroy retirement thing went out the window once he did because he did the Killing Joke, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
With
then
Mark
yeah,
Hamill,
that's right. So I mean, why not Kevin Conroy? Should be his shirt.
But if you're going to replace Kevin Conroy, I mean, Bryan fucking Cranston.
That's not a bad choice. Not a bad choice at all. Didn't he already do Commissioner Gordon? Yeah, he did Commissioner Gordon in Year One, right?
Right, yeah.
So it'd be a little bit of a mind fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible he's playing a different character. I mean, maybe Lex Luthor. I mean, there was all those rumors going into the movie that he
That
might
would be
that.
sick.
That would be awesome. He would play an awesome Lex. I still
That
think
would be
that.
tight.
Yeah, all I know is it sounds like him. It sounds like him. It sounds like man, what is the? Trying to think who did Ultron's voice. It kind of sounds like David Spader
James
a little bit,
Spader.
or James Spader, David Spader.
David
David
Spader.
Spader. Hey guys, it's me, David Spader.
Oh man, that'd be
David
fun.
Spader. I'll give you a David Spader. Speaking of David Spade, real quick, small tangent. The new Adam Sandler movie, The Do-Over with David Spade's actually, it's okay. It's not great, it's not bad, but it's much better than his recent movies I've been.
Well, I saw
It's on
the.
Netflix.
Everyone said how bad the Ridiculous Six was,
Right.
so me and my brother watched it, and it bordered on so bad it was good. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's a shitty movie, but I actually did kind of like enjoy the badness. I'm like, wow, this is really fucking.
I never saw it because of how bad everyone said it was, but like I said, The Do-Over, check that out if you like, kind of, and it was good. It was alright.
I probably will.
It's got some funny moments. All right, let's go back through this thing. I mean, like you said, it's a CGI thing. There's not going to be a whole lot to point out in terms of what the game might offer, but I mean, there's some little nuggets there, as they've talked about. Let's see. Let's go back
At
here.
second 10, some of these logos are.
So right off the bat, the bat, we have Batman's helmet, it looks like.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And maybe this is just their like new logo, kind of how like their intro, but maybe it's pertaining to the game. I'd like to think it's pertaining to the game.
Well, we know it's definitely nothing concrete because at second 10 we're going to see Captain Cold's gun that I'm told, and he's already not confirmed because he's part of the poll.
Right there, yeah.
Unless the poll is just a giant troll and all three of those characters are in the game.
Was there a poll?
There was. It was Captain Cold, Blue Beetle, and Swamp Thing.
Already? There's a poll?
On Ed Boon's Twitter. Yes, sir.
He's saying which characters would we like to see or what?
Uh-huh. It's going
man.
to be a 24-hour poll, so...
Oh, wow. I wonder if they're jumping the gun this time on trying to get DLC squared away.
Well, they're smart. I mean, if you're going to do a poll, do it now. don't not put Martian Manhunter in the game and then piss everyone off. This is definitely the way to do it.
What did the poll say exactly?
Let me go back to Event Hubs. I think
I could take a
Ed
look
Boon
as
just
well.
said, who do you want to see? It was very, very basic.
Ed Boon.
And just those three characters, which is weird. Two of these three I thought were, I don't want to say a lock, but I thought their chances were ridiculously high. So the fact that Blue Beetle and Swamp Thing are both on the poll is kind of head scratching to me. But I'll send you the link. Here we go.
Oh, who do you most want to see in Injustice 2? So maybe it's not even a DLC thing. Maybe this could be them actually getting a jump on the roster this time around, you think?
I think so.
possible.
I hope so.
Because they could be doing the final little roster spots, and these characters could be amongst the mix of them. I would like to think
the
that.
MKX approach, where it's just we're going to put whoever we want in the story mode. We don't give a fuck. You know, anyone we want to put in is already in. The roster is now going to be its own independent entity.
Wow.
So it could be something where like Liu Kang is in the roster, but he's not even like old and grayed out in the story mode.
Right. Sorry to like go on something completely different. You see this tweet? Does that show up where okay.
It
Thank
shows
you for
where
adding
it's,
Supergirl to this game. Ed Boon said, "Gotta represent some girl power." You think
Oh,
he's
yeah.
on a play with Power Girl?
I hope so. I mean, I wouldn't mind having her as a skin or vice versa.
I think that's what he's hinting at. I mean, it's Ed Boon. Everything's got like some sort of double, like tongue-in-cheek type of meaning to it. Wink, wink. Power Girl, girl power. I don't know. A lot of people read in too far to the things he says, but I don't know. I think that's an obvious hint, given that Supergirl, she was cloned from her and all that goodness.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen stuff like that before. I mean, he hinted Blue Beetle pretty hard in the past, and he didn't make the cut, so it's hard to say. But the thing is, it's hard when you make them skins because the way I imagine Supergirl fighting is not how I imagine Power Girl fighting.
Right.
I imagine Supergirl has always been a little more delicate, while Power Girl is a little more less bullshitty, less pulling punches,
right.
just hard hitting. I guess is what I'm going for.
Yeah, let's see. Who should I vote for? Blue Beetle, Captain Cold, or Swamp Thing?
Well, I'll tell you this: I didn't vote, so I mean, there's.
Why didn't you vote?
Oh, first of all, I don't have a Twitter account, so it never let me press vote. Every time I press vote, it said, "You're not on Twitter," and I'm like, "I know."
I'll do Blue Beetle for you. How about that?
Yeah, cool.
Blue Beetle, 38%.
Wow.
38%, dude.
Wow, I did not see that coming.
You thought Swamp Thing is going to run away with it, or Captain Cold?
Swamp Thing. Although Captain Cold, I know he does. He's kind of like the Fujin of the last Injustice, but well, I guess Martian Manhunter was the Fujin.
Yeah. I wouldn't rate Captain Cold that high. I think a Flash villain in general was kind of like the Fujin.
Well, it's weird because they teased him in the intro for Injustice 1, and now they're teasing him in the intro for Injustice 2. And then this poll comes out, so it's like the game's not even out yet, and we already know he's not in it, technically. So it's a weird thing with Captain Cold. Why do they keep teasing this guy? I don't know. Weird. Very strange to me, but
Right. But no, all around, huge props if they're actually doing this poll to get people in the roster. Because if they're actually, with as much as people were complaining last time about MKX people are being left out of MKX, or even Injustice, some people like Martian Manhunter, they would be smart to do something like this if they're down to their last few roster spots and there's still time to get certain people done, or even if they're trying to get a jump on DLC because maybe they decide those types of things this far in advance. Smart on them to do a poll if they actually follow through with it.
interesting they picked these three characters because, I mean, I thought I'm not going to say any one of these characters by themselves is a lock, but I would have thought between Blue Beetle and Swamp Thing, one of those two was a guarantee. I didn't know which one.
See, I
thought one of them was.
Yeah, I would have said that they both have a good running for DLC rather than the main roster. Swamp Thing to me says DLC, like it's just DLC's written all over him, in my opinion.
Well, he's just not as well integrated like Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle just had a big showing in the Teen Titans movie, so he's got a lot of face time at this point. It's like I was wondering on the drive home today if Shazam was going to be in this game, what his likelihood was, and I used to say he was a lock because Dwayne Johnson was confirmed as Black Adam, and the movie was on the way. Right. But that movie is kind of in production hell right now, from what I understand, due to the fact that Batman v Superman did not perform up to expectations, and originally Shazam was not going to be integrated into the DC universe. It was going to be standalone. Right. And that had a huge backlash. So I think DC doesn't know what the fuck to do with Shazam right now. So I don't know. I don't know if he's a lock. But he's not on the poll, obviously, and that's a good sign.
Yeah, it's a good sign. It's all, yeah, man. I kind of wish Dr. Fate was on there and see what he did, but on the same token, yeah, it is kind of good.
I'm glad he's not in there. I'm super glad Dr. Fate's not in that poll.
Yeah, it gives better chance that, well, it means one of two things. Either he's not even in the running, which is unfortunate, or it means they already have plans for him, so they don't need to ask. So.
Well, I mean, there's a Doctor Strange film coming out in 5 months. It'd be crazy not to put him in this.
Let's not assume anything anymore after Fujin and Martian Manhunter and all of that.
Yeah,
we can't assume anybody.
Yeah. Even our negative assumptions aren't good. Like, they're never going to fix the netcode. Bam. It's like the best netcode. Second best netcode on the market right
Which now. I'm excited for Injustice for that reason. That is one of many reasons is we're almost guaranteed to get rollback netcode for it. So.
Yeah, that is definitely something to get hyped for.
So day one good netcode is pretty exciting. All right, let's continue on this trailer here.
Okay.
So you see the Captain Cold gun there, which is interesting. Okay. Superman looks good. We got some good stuff.
Wish he had the red underwear, but it's all good.
Right. What do you think of glowy Flash?
Actually, the glowy stuff's okay. It's the Thomas Vibrata shoulder pads I don't like.
Battle.
It just doesn't fit. Like, yeah, right. Why does he have gray feet, gray shoulder pads? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
It just sticks out. It doesn't honestly look that bad. Why the fuck would you not make that yellow or red, though?
No, I agree with you there.
The glow looks good, though. I don't mind the glow. I think the glowing looks sick. I love Shazam's glowing glow lines.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And yeah, the gray is odd. Like, it looks like he just threw them on right before he got there. He didn't have time to color code it. What superheroes are notorious for is color coding all their crap.
It's very Walmart Halloween costume.
Yes.
Now, this is a costume I don't like. I know we kind of breeze over Batman, but where the fuck is his chainmail? Where's his scale mail? Like, for real?
Hunting.
Like, he looks like shitty MK3 Sub-Zero without any of the blue. Like, I don't... I don't know, dude.
This
like
whole trailer, though,
Each
see,
time
I'll pause it here.
Sure.
The whole theme of this trailer, I think, is trying to get across the gimmick of the game, which is your attires and building up armors and using different attires. It's customizable appearances, which is where I'm thinking it's not going to be just like you throw on armor and you get extra defense. I think it's also just kind of like how Tekken does it, where the different pieces are just going to be for, there's going to be some fans that like the armor. There's going to be some fans that like just bare bones, kind of like the spandex look. And I think with this idea is you might be able to get all of that, because you're going to have some Batmans with the glowy green. You're going to have some Batmans with just the armor, not the armor. I think that's what this trailer is trying to imply, is because they keep upgrading their armor, they keep changing their looks throughout the trailer. Every time they come back on screen, they're wearing something different or they've molded into something else. And I think that's just trying to get it. I don't think it's going to be that direct where it's like everybody's going to be wearing this crazy armor all the time. I don't think it's going to be that like stupid. I think it's going to be much more. They're just trying to get across the customizable appearance of it.
And they're probably trying to solve the skin problem too, because even with the million skins we got with Injustice, people still weren't happy. I mean, I wasn't happy. I wanted a new 52 Aquaman, which
Right.
I didn't think was asking that much. So this is possibly a solution to that, but I'll be honest with you. I think for the most part, almost everything looks good up till the very end. Like, I think green glowy Batman looks fantastic.
Yeah,
like,
no, it doesn't
I know,
look bad. Yeah,
well, I love glowy shit. Like, I can't help it.
yeah, it's like a rave. Everything's a techno rave.
Just the black and the green looks so sick
It
to me.
does.
It's got like a Return of the Jedi vibe to
Yeah,
it.
it looks
I really
good.
like it.
Yeah, it's definitely an art style. It's kind of like that, like you said, the Star Wars, the Tron, as people say, as like a slight. But I think it looks cool. I wouldn't want everybody to look like that, but if that's just one option of many, which if it's anything like Injustice 1, we're going to get plenty of attires for these characters, especially Batman. And if we have a customize your appearance type of thing with your armors and your attires, I think we're going to get a lot of options like that. Like, go back to MK. The different variations had different things that they tacked on, or you lost Katana's mask or Kenshi's his blindfold. But in this, I don't think we'll have that problem, because I'm guessing you can customize a lot of that type of stuff.
Yeah, and I was hoping for something like that with MK, to be honest with you. I was hoping there would be an unmask taunt or an unmasked command for all the
Right.
ninjas, and that never came to be. And really, I know a lot of the NK guys were complaining about the Injustice costumes. I like Injustice Batman. I think both his costumes looked really good, in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't
I
mind
see
it,
where they're
yeah.
coming from, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just very sympathetic towards this style. It's when they show less that I get upset. It's like when they take away stuff from Aquaman's costume
Right.
is when I get kind of butthurt. So
I think I like variety, and
Oh,
seeing
yes.
armored Batman along with spandex, like classic Batman, I'm good with all of it. I don't hate on any of it, and there's certain ones that I prefer, of course, but I feel like we're going to get a good degree both with alternate attires or if it's all just the custom thing. Like, I wouldn't even be upset if it's no alternate attires, but they just supply you with a ton of good customizable options to really build the character the way you want it. The only time I'd really want an alternate attire is if it's like trying to represent a different character, so to speak.
there you go. Yep, I would agree 100%.
But all right, let's continue this. Let's see.
I emerge, reborn. Put the devil on the other.
Now this I did not see coming. This was probably the biggest surprise of the trailer for me.
Yeah, this one that's coming up.
Yeah.
I was just had to pause this because put in cue Angry Joe flipping his lid because Superman's attacking other superheroes, even though that's the theme of the game. I'm sure that'll be a complaint. Why is Superman fighting? Why does he look so evil? Anyways, I just had to throw that in there because it's funny.
I like Angry Joe when he's angry though. So I'm
I
cool.
mean, that's kind of his gimmick. It's in his name. All right, let's see. Boom. And then instantly, I'm sure everybody was thinking, I was thinking, is it Martian Manhunter? Are they going to make sure to introduce him right off the bat this time so there's no backlash or anybody wondering if he's going to make this game? They have to put him in the initial roster. But then again, we've said that about other people in Mortal Kombat. It didn't happen.
I almost actually want to say more stuff like that. I want to be wrong more just because it blows my mind and it makes for such an
Ridiculous.
interesting long-term journey. But
It is. I'm excited for this journey. As I put in the Skype, I'm excited for roster reveals once again. It's part of it's honestly almost the thing I enjoy most about the lead up of the game is just seeing what characters make the cut.
Well, I mean, for me, I didn't even think about whose laser that was because I'm not a very visual person as it is. My mind was still stuck on shirtless Aquaman, so it wasn't until like a few seconds after this I'm like, oh shit, you know. So
right. All right. Well, and I was also thinking it could also be like Doomsday, but boom.
And I will show up.
And that blue looks so good.
Oh.
She looks so good in blue.
Her model, her face, her hair, everything looks
Adapted.
superb. Let's hope the in-game models follow suit.
And prepare.
They've gotten a lot better at their models. Obviously, with MKX, the female models looked a lot better. But let's back up a little bit here.
And it's
Obviously-
hard not to think of Red Hood when I saw this, but I don't. I could just be like a salute.
Sure,
I'm sure
was,
Red Hood's in this game.
I was instantly thinking of Batman Beyond. That's just. 'cause
No,
that's-
I can see that too. That was an afterthought for me, but I definitely thought of that as well.
Adapted.
so, yeah.
And prepare.
I mean, that's Batman Beyond symbol with the. So that's the Beyond symbol, the red bat with the kind of pointing up like that with the all black armor.
Yeah, I love the Batman Beyond suit. I mean, I'm always going to prefer a cape, and gray is my favorite color, so it's
Right.
it's a hard competition. But I love the Batman Beyond outfit.
Sure, the mask looks interesting too.
To fight.
But that's what kind of like leads me to believe that you can make other characters out of this, and maybe they're alternate attires. Maybe it's through just putting on certain pieces. Like maybe you can make Cyborg Superman with certain pieces that just make him, cybernetic. So I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting like that. All right, so that's the trailer. That pretty much covers that. And we obviously had the poster, which doesn't really matter at this point, at this rate. But
I forgot to turn my mute button off. I was going to say Flash looked really good at the end there when he
Yes.
had full, almost like devil horns. It had a very like ethereal denizen look going to it. Yeah, it's just really good look for Flash. Right? Is it very Flash? No, I honestly don't think
Fight.
Flash. But yeah, nonetheless, that looks
Boom.
super cool to me.
definitely. But yeah, I dig it. I dig it. But yeah, other mentions that we should mention.
Extremely
Other
neutral.
mentions that we should mention. Neutral what?
Yeah, I mean, it's. I can't really get excited yet. I don't really know because honestly, this trailer told me very, very little. I think the biggest reveal had nothing to do with the trailer, but the announcement of Atrocitus and Gorilla Grodd.
Right, which
That
I
was
was
the
getting to
big-
next is, boom, we got Atrocitus, Atrocitus, the Red Lantern, and Gorilla Grodd confirmed on top of this, and let's throw in Supergirl because let's face it, that's 3 new characters we got confirmed right off this trailer. That makes me really happy, especially in Atrocitus and Gorilla Grodd, because those are 2 characters that are by no means a shoo-in to make the roster, or Supergirl for that matter. But she has a little bit more logic with her whole TV show coming out. We said during our wish list that certain movies and TV shows that are upcoming or that are going on right now probably will play a factor in what the roster looks like. Obviously, they're going to want to promote their own stuff, so that's both good and bad, because if there's characters that you want, kind of like in my case with Katana, she has a bigger chance of making the game because of that. But yeah, it's cool to see 3 new characters. Well, I guess 3 new characters that are making this roster right off the bat. To me, that's really exciting, because if you would have told me 5 days ago, oh, when the Injustice 2 trailer comes out, you're going to get 3 new characters and they're going to be some fan favorites and characters you didn't even think would make the cut, I would have told you you're crazy, because I would have expected the same, 5 characters that we were expecting,
I also give him props for not showing Wonder Woman.
Right.
I'm glad they picked a Justice League character to kind of sit on for a while.
Sure.
And kind of keep our excitement sort of brewing. I wish they had done that with Sub-Zero or Scorpion and MKX. I think
Right.
that would have been really cool.
Definitely.
It just blew our minds with a massive trailer, They did that with KOF with My Sharona. And, yeah, that was really well done in my opinion. Just, I'm not too nervous about this roster, because no matter what they give me, I'm going to be okay. Like, I don't have a main going into this game. If I did, it would probably be Spectre.
or Blue Beetle.
Yeah, Blue Beetle's a definite possibility. But, I mean, I may main Shazam again. I loved Shazam in the last game. It's hard to say, because people are concerned about the tournament possibilities with the armor. I'm not worried about that. I'm super not worried about that. Because there's, I mean, even if it is a problem, there's so many fighting games out right now, and I can't play the ones I have. Like, I can't play the games that came out in March.
Yep.
So the idea of being like, oh, am I gonna be able to play this in tournaments? Not even a worry for me. Not even a concern. So yeah, as long as it's fun, all the characters look cool, and it's smart. That's the problem with MKX. Is it's the offense is not smart in that game. It's fucking rock scissors paper. So that's my real worry, and hopefully I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think our voices have been heard on that at this point.
Let's hope so. And I think the only other Injustice stuff is, I think we're guaranteed to get more from E3 on Injustice 2. I mean, that's an obvious statement, but we're guaranteed through, I believe, DC's YouTube channel or their All Access DC or whatever said something about stay tuned to E3 for more information on it. So maybe we'll get more. I mean, we should get some gameplay for sure, I would imagine. But on top of that,
I'm sure.
On top of that, maybe we'll get some more characters shown. If not any ones that we don't know about, I'm sure. I would hope that we see some gameplay of Atrocitus and Gorilla Grodd, etc.
It would be weird if we didn't, because why even announce them?
Right.
You know, it'd be weird to say, hey, they're in the game, and then not show them until like August. That would just be so strange to me. It's like, well, why the fuck did you even tell us then?
I'm excited for it. Like, Grodd could be an interesting. I mean, obviously he's going to be a big lug, but I mean, with the whole fact that he can mind control people, I'm interested to see what they do with that.
I am very excited for Gorilla Grodd, just because he's a gorilla who wears gold, and I think that's really cool.
Sure.
I
Definitely.
just, well, I like huge characters. I like characters that break the mold and don't always fit into the. Even though I never use them, I never made a character of this nature. I like the size and attack variety.
Right.
The model variety is always super cool to me. Atrocitus, I'm just really happy for Razor, because I know Razor wanted that character. So, was that his number one?
You know, I don't know. I don't think it was his number one. Let's go check. Actually, let's go give that a look. Let's see. Let's look up our own YouTube channel.
Nice. Meta.
While people watch.
We heard you like the Nethercast. We put the Nethercast in the Nethercast while you Nethercast.
Let's see. Videos.
This is so trippy to me.
This is weird. It is creepy. Alright, so Razor's list.
Just trippy seeing old you and current you just all in the same.
I'm wearing the same shirt. Dude. I'm wearing the same. Hold on.
Okay, so it was his number one then.
Hold on, I'm trying to get the pose on here.
That's tough, dude. That's a really tough pose. Like, it's the neck, dude. You gotta put the neck forward.
I know. Yeah, anyways. But no, dude, it was. That's pretty sweet. It was his number one. Let's just get rid of this damn video. Let's see what else he had, actually, because I'm kind of curious now.
Well, that's a good picture of.
When did we
Cersei.
put these up? When did we put these up? January. Jeez, it does feel kind of like a ways away, but man, that's been 6 months already. That's crazy.
Wow. It does not feel ways away to me, dude. Not at all.
We got to jump on that, so that's cool. It's kind of cool that we put our wish list out so soon in advance. Now that we can really compare them.
I must have thought to myself 1,000 times, what if there is no Injustice 2? How weird are these videos going to be? Like, because you just never know with NetherRealm anymore. So I can't be confident in anything.
Right. No, that's cool to see somebody get their number one right off the bat like that.
Prior to E3, like.
Yeah.
And Ray's just been fairly quiet. He hasn't said anything since the announcement on Skype, so
he said stuff on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember what he said exactly, but yeah, he did think it was neat that Atrocitus, like somebody from his wish list, got on there. So that ain't bad.
Well, I'm just happy because with Injustice, I'm never worried about Injustice. Like, I have no anxiety going into this.
Sure.
When E3 MKX, all I could think about was where's Fujin. That's all I could think about. I'm like, this is a lot of trailer with very little Fujin inside it.
Right.
And there's nothing like that for Injustice. There's no character that I feel, even Martian Manhunter, if they leave him out, Wonder Woman, if they leave her out, like, it's not going to ruin my day, so.
Hmm. All right. Was there anything more to discuss on that, other than we'll have a lot more obviously to discuss here on our next episode because there'll be more actual gameplay and whatnot to break down. But we got a nice little snippet there and some ideas of what to expect with the game gimmick wise and what their main selling point's going to be. So.
I mean, just having a lot of fun talking about it. It's a lot of food for thought. There's a giant backlash right now to the gear system. I don't really think there's any point focusing on that till after E3. Let's see if that's still a thing after E3.
I think they'll do a lot to probably calm those fears. As I was saying before we started recording, Halo 5 has a rec system where it's microtransaction based, but none of it really affects gameplay, so to speak, and you can't use it in any of the actual competitive modes, so it's a non-factor. And they've made a ton of money off of doing it, and all the DLC was free because of it. And I'm not saying the DLC here will be free, but imagine if it was, how much cooler that would be. Like if we actually got, I'm not trying to raise up hopes or anything, but if we got like all the DLC characters for free because of microtransactions, if they went that way, man, that would be amazing. But if they do microtransactions with the gear and all that type of stuff, like a loot box system, kind of like Overwatch has and all of that, I'm not against that because I trust them to a point where I don't think they're going to do it in a way. It's not going to be pay to win where you're going to walk into a ranked match and some guy spent more money than you did and he's going to beat you because of it. It's still going to rely on skill, and they're still going to have, I would imagine, playlists, and the ranked matches won't allow that kind of stuff to take place. Or maybe the gear is just purely cosmetic, you know? So maybe it doesn't even play a factor in gameplay, or they have certain spots where you can use the cosmetic stuff and certain spots where you can't use the cosmetic stuff. I think they'll balance it in a way that makes sense for everyone. They're not going to just shelter their tournament scene because they want to make money. They're going to do the best for both.
Well, and also the communication line is so clean and so clear. It's not the case with Capcom, who there's kind of like a civil war going on between Capcom USA and Capcom Civil War.
Right.
That's not the case here. So if there's a problem, they're going to hear about it and something's going to get done. That's exactly what happened with MKX. The biggest problems with that game have been fixed.
Right.
We create new problems afterwards. We'll see what happens to those problems. But yeah, for now, I'm just not worried. I mean, even if the balance is wrecked, that's okay. I just want to play as Aquaman with a ship.
Yeah, just have fun with it.
Yeah.
But all right, that does it for this discussion. So let's move on to our next topic.